all love to create our dream home. But it's hard knowing where to start. No problem. The Deadline Design team will show you how it's done.
Look at this. Isn't it incredible?
Amazing.
I've been an interior designer for over 20 years.
I want to make this country English garden mixed with that high-end, beautiful, elegant Parisian feel.
Mike Griggs is an award-winning builder with 25 years' experience in the trade.
The schedule is tight, but it's not looking too bad.
And Yasmin Janine is an emerging designer with an eye for the unique and offbeat.
I'd love actually to do like a mirror ceiling.
Not over the bed.
No, not over the bed.
Together, we'll give you an exclusive insight into the design process by following a variety of different owners.
Shaynna versus Helen.
And we've still got vertical blinds, which are apparently a no-no these days.
We can't agree on anything, ever.
On hugely different budgets,
Sort of 50 to 70,000.
About 350,000.
with wildly different tastes,
I would say the style is minimalist.
An industrial warehouse.
We love vintage, Scandinavian maybe.
but all desperate to meet a looming deadline.
We've been operating without an oven for 11 weeks.
I'm not cooking outside for winter.
Because I've got relatives coming over from Germany and they're pretty fussy.
My mother and father are both turning 70 this year, so we'd really love to have a big family gathering.
Then after the odd setback,
We're 300 mil short.
I'm still just not sold.
Oh my goodness.
the dream becomes reality.
Wow.
Oh, that looks beautiful. Wow.
Oh, it's beautiful.
Oh my gosh.
Thank you so much.
Tonight,
Have a look at this.
Wow.
I struggle with the lover of luxury.
Oh, we're going to have a hard time, aren't we? You've gone for every expensive fabric on this table.
Yas goes tripping through the trees.
I have to figure out how to bring all of this inside.
There's double trouble.
Now, all of this plumbing here, this is in the wrong spot.
Well, we're 300 mil short.
And there's no let up on a roller coaster build.
I can't believe it's the bathroom that made me cry. What will George do?
Hey, somebody's trying to work here.
Jen O'Connell and Adam Dewhurst have had 3 kids in quick succession.
Just have a look at the book, sweetie.
Like many other families, they've simply outgrown the house.
We have 3 children, 4 years and under. We live in a 3-bedroom weatherboard house, very small.
And things just get very chaotic, especially when we're all here in the evenings and during the weekend time as well. You want a fresh sandwich? 4?
We don't have a lot of storage or suitable storage. So we could really do with a lot more bench space.
Would you like some cheeses?
We literally are bursting at the seams now. When we try and tidy, we just move things from one room to another. We're not actually getting anything put away because we literally have run out of room, and I think that drives us crazy.
Yeah.
They bought this 3-bedroom house 5 years ago when Zoe was on the way with plans to renovate. Then Max arrived. Then Xavier, who's moved in with Mum and Dad.
Yeah, we've got Xavier, our youngest. He's still sharing a room with Adam and I. So we need Xavier to have his own room so that we can have our space back.
Their deadline is to give Xavier a room of his own by his first birthday, 15 weeks away. So Jen and Adam are going to build a massive extension. Plans have been drawn up and council approved.
We've been saving for this renovation virtually since we bought the house about 5 years ago.
For us, we need to make sure that we get it right because once we've done it, that's it. We're not going to be doing it again. So it has everything riding on it.
This is exciting. Did you get all dressed up for me?
No.
Well, this is a little bit squishy.
Yes, it is,
Yeah,
indeed.
and look at this. It's stroller land.
Stroller alley.
Oh, my goodness. All right, well, you show me the rest of the house.
Come on through.
And see. Oh, let's go.
Right now, it's a house of two halves. The living area's on one side and the bedrooms on the other. And then there's the study.
To be honest, it's just become a dumping ground for all the stuff that we can't fit anywhere in the house.
90% of Australia has a room like this.
Yeah.
But, you know, you guys have 3 little kids, so I can see why you need help. I can see why you need to just get this extension happening.
Yeah, we can't wait.
Kids Zoe and Max have a room each. But baby Xavier is squeezed in with Mum and Dad.
Oh, hello. Someone's woken up.
Yes, this is Xavier.
Oh, how beautiful. Oh, my God, he's so gorgeous. You really are bursting at the seams, aren't you?
Yeah, we are.
Yeah.
So as you can see, Xav doesn't have his own room. He's sharing with us.
Lovely. Best birth control ever.
On the other side of the house is the formal lounge, now the kids' playroom.
So this is going to end up becoming our master bedroom after the renovation, hopefully. Yeah.
Brilliant. Mummy and Daddy get their own room? Yay!
Next is the casual living and dining area. And finally, the kitchen, a kids' no-go zone.
Don't cross the line.
Yeah, we've got the line on the floor there. They're not allowed to cross.
Oh, really? Oh, my God, that's hilarious. Well trained. And what about the outdoor area? Let's go have a look.
Okay.
So Shaynna, this is our deck and our garden.
Great space.
Yeah, we've got a good
block.
size.
I can see why you want to keep this as a family home and just not move, because to get this aspect is really hard.
Yeah.
The plan is to knock down the deck and build an 80 square metre extension for the new kitchen and living areas, as well as a kids' rumpus room. Jen and Adam will get their own bedroom and ensuite. Xavier will stay in the old master bedroom next to his brother and sister. They want me to work on the extension, plus their bedroom and ensuite. So what kind of style do they have in mind?
So we sort of saw, this for the flooring, and then we were thinking that we would have a bench at the back, which is just a white.
And what direction do you want to go for your look?
A bit Scandinavian, maybe.
Yeah? Do you have some examples of it?
So, so I think that's the kind of look.
Fantastic.
Yeah. We still love the timber and some kind of clean lines as well. Like I guess it is a little bit Scandi. You know?
Yeah, because there's clean surfaces, and I think that you're dreaming of clean surfaces.
I think that's where we'd like to.
So I think if we put in our mind a sense of structure, order, hidden, clean surfaces with a sense of family and warmth.
Yeah.
That's pretty much us, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay then.
And the budget for creating this dream home?
Around the 275 mark for the build.
Yeah.
And then we've got 75 allowance for some, fixtures and fittings and appliances and those kind of things.
And furniture?
And furniture.
Okay, that's going to be pretty thin because we're looking at a big house here.
Yeah.
With the kitchen, is that money that you're taking from the build?
It's just the island bench that's not in the build cost, and the flooring.
The flooring, is that coming out of that 70,000?
It is, yeah.
It is.
Okay. I'm really concerned about the budget of what you can get and what you want to get. You know, we've still got to put money into tiles, fittings, taps, appliances. I don't think you want to get the cheap and nasty taps and appliances. Because I'm scared you're not going to get what you want.
Yeah.
Actually, I know you're not going to get what you want.
Okay.
Yeah.
The budget simply won't cover a huge build and furnish it to the standard Jen wants. It'll be about getting the basics right and adding the rest over time. This is going to be hard for Jen.
I'll just need a little bit longer to mourn those beautiful things that you think about and dream of that would be there when the renovation's completed. So that's fine, it's a compromise. But
well, it's reality.
I think that's good for us because it helps us reprioritise and focus on areas where we probably had our focus in the wrong areas.
And they're not right for now.
Not right for now.
The Scandi style Jen has her heart set on is a big favourite right now. It's straightforward and can be inexpensive, unless you insist on the best of everything. The essence is pared back, clean lines and understated elegance. And it's usually achieved with pale wooden floors, earthy or muted colours like cool blues and greys, natural materials, especially wood, and absolutely no clutter allowed. Clutter is a given for a young family, so their favourite look is impractical. And it can look a bit cold and clinical. So I'm trying to broaden their taste horizons and add some colour. This is a family house with a simple style and should appeal to them, but it also has tons of personality. Gorgeous traditional home, stunning.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
But look at this.
Beautiful.
Not what you see every
Very
day, is
unusual.
it?
No.
All right, well, guess what? Fun starts here. Have a look at this.
Wow.
This is stunning.
Stunning. Yeah, amazing.
It's got lots of personality.
Yeah, it does.
What I'm trying to do today is wean Jen away from the clinical look she loves. Well, 3 kids live here.
Yeah.
And they're under 6.
Yeah.
So it's like you guys.
Yeah.
But if you have a look around, like you've got that bright yellow pot with the world globe that, you know, they don't match. The artwork doesn't match.
Yeah.
Nothing about here is being perfect.
Yeah.
But I think the colours are great for me because we've got such a deep contrast. We've got these really dark cabinets and really light walls over there and lots of colour in the furniture, the artwork.
Yeah.
And I love that. I think that's great.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now, do you like the dark colours?
I do, actually. I like the dark colour. It's not really something we envisaged, was it?
No, I do like it. I still, in my mind, I've still got that kind of timber sort of feel or look in my mind, but it doesn't mean to say that we're not open to something else.
If you break it down, the colour is the main element here that's making it feel so warm, inviting, engaging.
Yeah.
And if you take the colour out of here, it's as boring as anything.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
It does make sense, yeah.
It's definitely taking me away from what I had envisaged. I'm not sure about you.
Yeah, it is.
But yeah, I think I'll probably need some time to get there.
Oh,
I think.
absolutely.
Yeah.
I think I see a little bit of colour creeping into this design. Let's hope they're as open to my next suggestion. It's a big banquet. It's more just for the kids, you know, just 4 or 5 of them, you know, they're friends, they just squash up, or you can have 1 or 2, or you could actually just lean up against there and read a book.
Yeah.
Why don't you have a seat? Sit down the end, sit on a chair, sit there. You sit on the end.
Yeah.
And I'll sit here.
Yeah.
So as a grown-up, could you have a dinner party like this?
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. It feels a little bit restauranty as well, you know, sometimes.
Because it's a bit more intimate
in restaurants
too,
Yeah.
I think, because it's not as formal, so that makes it a little bit more...
Yeah, and I think that was our thinking was that the dining area would be a little bit more formal than the rest of the living area, but now we're here, I don't think it actually detracts from that at all.
I think it could really work for us.
Yeah, I do too, and I think with the kids being small, hopping up onto the bench rather than potentially falling off a chair is good, and also the point you made, Shaynna, about coming and relaxing over here and reading a book, it just gives us another area to escape to.
Yeah.
It's encouraging to see Jen and Adam bending a little. Mike and Yas are also going to have to be more flexible on this build. Now, the funny thing is, this hasn't been built yet. So until this extension part gets built, I can't really show it to you. So what we're going to be working with is the master bedroom and ensuite, and then this family area and living, kitchen and meals area. So this area, yes, is the rumpus, but I want you to tap into your inner child because we have 3 kids between 1 and 5. And I want it to be a bit theatrical. I want it to be magical about them.
And just make it feel like it's their own and they've got a space. So it's always nice to have your own when you're growing up.
Yeah. So Jen hasn't done this before, but she's actually going to project manage the build.
Really?
Yeah. Now, I think we know how tough that can be, so I need you involved because they've got their own builder.
Yeah.
And then there's us, and then there's a draftsman, and then there's outside trades as well. So there's a lot of conversations drifting off that we need to be able to know what's going on.
Things can go wrong if they're not done right.
Ready, set, next.
After years of planning, it's finally time for Jen and Adam to start their reno. And it looks like Jen's already got the workers organised.
So it begins, eh?
Time for Dad to get his hard hat on.
It's the first one.
And even Mum wants in on the act.
Our house is rotting!
Coming up, the owners are stuck on Scandi.
I guess I'm not as sure on that.
I'm on stage.
Adam gets stage struck.
Do a dance.
Wow.
And Jen gets emotional.
It's hit me.
It's hit you that it's almost finished?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Night. Have a nice snooze, okay?
For Jen and Adam, it's a case of too many kids and too little room.
Hello.
They're building a big extension so baby Xavier can have a room of his own. And they want that to be his first ever birthday present. After weeks of twiddling our thumbs, Jen's builders have the framework up for the new extension. So far, all I've been able to do is rework some of the original plan. But now we three can really get stuck into this project.
Look at this.
Oh,
Isn't it incredible?
amazing.
Those ceilings are crazy high, 3.7 metres.
You've got to be impressed by this. The heights are fantastic. I mean, absolutely.
Of course, once the space is plasterboarded, it will look a lot smaller, but the proportions are still wonderful.
This is a perfect example of spending money in the correct way. You get these amazing door heights and windows, and it changes the whole look and feel of the space.
So this is a kitchen, butler pantry, laundry, dining. The lounge room here, like, it's just so expansive. It's just gorgeous. But here's your playroom.
How exciting. So
this is
where the kiddies are going. I can only imagine what a small child would feel like because the ceilings are so high.
I think their eyes are going to light up like those big stars, aren't they?
Yeah.
Now it's Mike's turn to get involved in the nitty-gritty of the build.
These guys still have a hell of a lot of work to do.
Yeah.
Lots of wiring, plastering. I mean, so if you can look at those doors, and investigate them.
Looks like I'm going to get really busy here with cabinets under there, the doors to look at.
Yeah.
I've got a lot of work cut out for me.
Oh, don't start whinging.
All those soaring roof trusses and huge ceiling heights have given me the seed of an idea for the kids' rumpus room. But right now, I can't see the wood for the trees.
Wow. The sheer scale of these trees never cease to amaze me. So I guess that's what I'm trying to capture. That sense of magic, wonderment, imagination, the idea that the sky is limitless with possibilities. So all I have to do now is figure out how to bring all of this inside.
I'm also working on bringing a bit of magic to Jen and Adam's home.
Jen and Adam love Scandi, which is great, but it's a trend at the moment and it will date very quickly. So I wanted to put something in there that's going to last them a good 20 years. So to me, the oak is a great base of Scandi and that's the feel that they love. So that's going to be my starting point. In the kitchen, she wanted white and timber, but it's just so blinding and contrasting. I need to add softness. So I really want to bring in some darker colours to add warmth and layers and textures to the space rather than feeling clinical and stark. So I know that these sorts of colours will really push them out of their comfort zone, but I think it's important so they can get that longevity and a sense of warmth in the place.
And it's not just colours I'm pushing them on. I've set up a little touch test. The aim is to get Jen to see that she can save money on cushions and furniture. That's stuff you can always upgrade down the track.
I've done this for a little exercise. So I just want you to feel the textures, like, you know, the beautiful softness in this
Yeah.
And the beautiful feel and touch.
I think I prefer the softness.
Do you? Okay.
Yeah, I think so. Just a touch.
I quite like this.
So I knew from day one you had champagne taste. And you're okay with the beer. Touch that, touch that, touch that, and touch that. So which one out of those, Adam, are you drawn to?
Probably the one in the middle.
Yeah. What about you, Jen? That one? Beautiful. Okay, now over here.
Yeah, no, I still like those ones.
Oh, we're going to have a hard time, aren't we? You've gone for every expensive fabric on this table.
But of course, Shaynna.
Yes, of course. If you really wanted that, but if you ended up with that, do you see that as a massive compromise?
It's a compromise, yeah.
It's a compromise?
Yes, it is.
Okay.
Yeah.
But compromise is what it's all about on a big reno like this. Unless you happen to be cashed up.
You're going to end up with a half-finished house if you don't go down this route. And there's more disappointment in that than getting the expensive fabrics.
Yeah.
I think you need to tell her when you get home.
Shaynna, I've been telling her for years.
After just a couple of weeks on the job, I feel like we've made great progress. The plasterboard is up, windows and bifold doors installed, and even some painting's getting done.
Busy day at Jen and Adams. I've got the doors to put into the bedroom. I've got the cavity sliding one to put into the bathroom. And they're heavy as well. Beautiful.
It's time to pitch my concept to Jen and Adam. I want to focus on the fabrics, finishes and colours I'd like to see in their new home.
Come over this way.
But I'm pretty nervous about Jen's reaction to my plans.
She's scared. She's going red. She doesn't know what's happening. So, floorboards. So that's the sort of look and feel that you were after?
Yeah.
So that's the basis of that whole area from your master bedroom, down the hallway, lounge, living, dining area. Okay, so that's the base. Then we get into the lounge room area. So what I'm looking at is the couch.
Yeah.
So we can go for something that's more grey that works with the floorboards, or something that's almost popping.
So I think with the sofa we were looking at more of a blue.
More of a blue, yeah.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
what I
Would
sort
that
of-
work as well, Shaynna? With
It probably could end up being too contrasting, I think. Okay. So then we get to the kitchen. So this is your island bench top.
Yep.
Then you've got the island bench in a white, and then you're going to have stools with a beautiful timber. Are you liking that combo so far?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's nice.
Okay. Because it's such a huge wall across the back, having the timber on the floor and having a laminate timber on the back will be actually quite overwhelming. So, deep breath. What I'm looking at is having your back cabinetry in this sort of colouring.
Okay.
So your back wall is in a silvery grey and then having white tiles at the back.
I guess I'm not as sure on that, to be honest. It's darker than what I sort of had in mind.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I'm not...
What you've got to realise too is this, which stands out the most.
The timber.
Yeah, probably the timber now.
When you do a little bit of a darker colour like this, it'll actually disappear more.
What if we did something a bit different, Shaynna? What if we had the cabinetry at the back in the white as well? Because that's where we originally were.
Yeah.
Wasn't it? And then we went to the timber, and now we're looking at moving from the timber to the grey.
It's a big white wall. It's a big white wall.
It's too big?
I do. Think of the doors. It's not just the cabinetry, it's the doors. And that's going to be a very big clinical wall.
Yeah, I guess it's just a bit of a shock, first of all, because it seems quite dark compared to where we were.
Kitchen cabinets may be the least of our problems right now. The build's been tracking really well. But now I've found a giant-sized hole in our plans.
So one of the problems I had is the height of this door. It's over manufacturing height.
The plan set a 3 metre gap for the doors, but the doors that have been purchased are a factory standard, 2.7 metres. Anything bigger is a custom job, and that's a bigger cost.
I've got to go and talk to Shaynna about it. Good morning.
Is it a good morning or not?
I don't have great news for you.
Okay.
But let me show you. I've asked Shaynna to come look at the giant hole in our plans.
So what's our drama?
Well, this is our problem. Following the draftsman's instructions, we built from here 3 metres.
What version of the draftsman's drawings was they?
Well,
We've got version with 2.7 doors, and these doors are already paid for and made and sitting there waiting.
Well, we're 300 mil short.
It's a communication error, and they're more frequent on a reno than we like to admit. On this project, it's even more complicated. There's a draftsman, 2 build teams, Jen project managing, and my office. With so many people to keep in the loop, it's not surprising the ball gets dropped from time to time.
So how I can see it, we've got 3 options. You bring it back down to 2.7.
No, look, that's way too much money.
Way too much. Yeah, OK, so we get custom-made doors at 3 metres, but we've already paid for the 2.7, and it could take months to get a 3 metre cavity slider. Or we get the 2.7 and we tweak it.
Yeah.
Like, is there some way we could get a block and we can actually block the base of it and do proper wood fill?
Yeah. That's about the best solution.
Yeah, OK. Teamwork, love it.
Meanwhile, as Shaynna suggested, I've been getting in touch with my inner child.
For me, my childhood was all about being outside and having that connection with nature, but I also loved to perform. So for me, as a kid, performing was a dream. It was where I could let my imagination run free, and I would love to think that I could kind of combine those 2 things within this one concept. So performance and nature. I love those trees. The trees that we went and saw inspired me hugely. I'm thinking maybe creating a forest-like environment. So I'm going to select a wallpaper that's got just tree trunks in conjunction with a very soft green fabric that would help soften the space, absorb sound, but also provide this beautiful green canopy to the entire space. And then the little element which I want to custom make is a ply sort of stage performance / storage area / seat. I think these 3 very simple elements are going to be very, very effective and make for a really awesome space for little ones to hang out in.
I've also been working on an area that needs to be kid-friendly. I've designed a banquette similar to this for the dining nook to maximise seating and storage. But with Mike up to his eyes in it, I've called on a specialist cabinet maker to build my design.
The options start with plum metal box.
Yeah, so it's already
It's all
Yeah.
But I think the problem with that is the height of our drawer fronts, and then you're going to have things spilling out the back and getting stuck.
Yeah, OK.
So I think our best option will be old school ball bearing runners. That way we can make a box to the height.
OK, yeah.
Nothing's going to fall out. Kids can stand in them, and importantly, soft closing.
Perfect. Is that pricey?
No, not
OK,
at all.
I'll have all of that by next week, thank you.
Sure, we'll do our best.
And true to his word, 1 week later, the banquette is ready for me to install.
This is a super practical design idea, as the mix of drawers and boxes with lids will give plenty of places to hide kids' toys and later their school books. The combo of white and timber will match the kitchen's island bench. All it needs now is the blue and white cushioning on top, and we have a bang-on banquette.
Finally arrived, excellent. Suppose I better give you a hand as well. With the dining area taking shape, the next cab off the rank is the arrival of the kitchen.
Yeah, great.
And it just keeps coming.
Always good fun bringing them in, isn't it?
And coming.
It's never ending.
And coming.
Last piece? Yep. Finally. I can't believe it. I can't believe it. Look at the size of this kitchen.
The old kitchen was very tiny with hardly any bench space and very little storage. This one's a blockbuster.
Jen and Adam's kitchen's one big puzzle I've got to put together. Just have a look at it. I'll tell you what, when we finish, it's going to look amazing.
The centrepiece is a huge island bench. Behind that is a wall of cabinets with a cooker, and tucked around the back is a butler's pantry and a laundry.
Right, so let's have a look at those plans. Just see where we're up to.
Well, what we're basically working on first is setting up this back wall here, and then we'll start getting all the cupboards in place and levelling them up.
We've got a big day. Okay, terrific.
Mike?
Yeah. What's up?
We've got a bit of a situation. I've just found out that there is a discrepancy in the design.
In the laundry?
Yeah,
Yep.
yeah. So come with me, I'll just explain what's happening here. So this is the area that we're talking about. Now, all of this plumbing here, this is in the wrong spot.
Cool.
All of it has to be moved here.
So the hot and cold and the waste should be over here.
That's exactly right.
Well, what plans have we got here? These are our original plans?
So these are the original plans, and these are the updated plans. We haven't received anything.
Right, I see.
According to the original plan, the appliances were to be installed in bespoke cabinets right next to the door.
So the plans are on. We're going to have a cool shape.
On the updated plans, they've moved to the right, leaving the plumbing in the wrong place. The cabinets have been made to measure, so moving them over and cutting out new holes would be A, expensive, and B, a bit of a botched job.
So we've actually got to cut open the wall.
That's right.
Get the plumbers out, cut open the walls, move it all over. We've got to get under the house, change the waste pipe. I mean, it's a bit of work.
It is a job.
And a big cost too.
Absolutely. That's it.
Work in the laundry is on hold. The plumbers have been called back to move the pipes after a mix-up in the plans. But at least the kitchen's coming together quickly.
After some very strong persuasion, Jen and Adam did finally agree on fitting out the back wall with light grey cabinets. I really think it's the right move. The timber would be overpowering and the white way too stark and cold. This splash of colour warms up this big white space. But I am giving them the timber Scandi look they love on the bottom cupboards and island bench.
Jen and Adam's kitchen's almost finished. I've got the bench top on, the splashback's almost done, and the butler's pantry is finished. I've got some plasterboard to go and fix those plumbing changes in the laundry.
The setbacks here in the laundry, the doors and a few extras have pushed the budget up from $75,000 to $87,000. But the build is progressing well, and Jen and Adam are coming for a sneak peek. So this is where the magic is.
Oh my God. It's so exciting.
It's really, this is a massive kitchen.
Yeah.
It is. That's fantastic.
It's amazing.
It's
amazing.
massive.
And I love the colours too.
Yeah.
I like the grey.
Yeah. Are you comfortable with it, Jen? Because I know we went through that. That was a big thing.
Because originally I thought oh, it might be dark, but
It's not at all, and I think with the white splashback and the timber, and I think it's really well balanced, and there is a lot of white. So I think you were right. Like if we had had a white kitchen, it just would have been too stark.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's right.
And I'm also banking on my banquette.
I just really imagine the kids working here, doing their homework. You've got the kids' books that can be hidden in here. So there's so much that they can do here.
Yeah, I go back to thinking how originally we planned to have the dining table in that space there, and how cramped we would be. So it's amazing.
There are always setbacks on any build. But with Jen acting as project manager, how's the process been?
Stressful. You know, it's not easy doing something like this and on this scale with normal lives and working and 3 kids and everything in the mix.
There's no use sugarcoating it. This hasn't been easy. There's been a lot of planning, a lot of things that have gone right, some things not so right, and it all mounts up.
Yeah. It felt like it was spiralling out of control, and we weren't sure where it was going to end.
The worst is over, guys. I promise.
I want to let the kids tread the boards by giving them a stage in their rumpus room. So we've come to this timber workshop in search of a good-looking plywood.
The British Standard hardwood marine ply here.
That's that one?
That's that one we've got here. We've got the radiata pine, which is a New Zealand-made softwood. And then we've got our Russian birch here as well.
What do you think, Yes?
Yeah, they're all really lovely. Probably leaning towards the birch though.
Yeah?
Yeah.
The birch is ideal. It's got a lovely grain and it's a Nordic wood used a lot in Scandinavian furniture.
What thickness do they come in?
We've got a range up to 25 mil.
Yeah.
What thickness are you trying to achieve, Yes?
Probably about 40.
40, so a couple of 19s sandwiched together?
Yeah.
Close enough?
Yeah. So probably looking at cutting a sheet. How big do the sheets come? 2.4?
Sheets are 2.4 metres long, so we'll need to put a joint in it somewhere.
Joint somewhere, perfect.
And then we can cut the size and do the radius for you, no dramas.
Yeah, great.
Jen and Adam are counting on us to get baby Xavier a room of his own. And we are counting down to meet the deadline. You can't move without falling over a tradie. I'm fixing up the supersized cavity doors. Adding this end piece will bring them up to the right height.
All I'm going to do is glue and screw it on, and the door's going to finally be at the right height.
In the original part of the house, the old playroom has been converted to a master bedroom, and I can now finish the ensuite. The timber and white vanity and the concrete tiles echo the kitchen, unifying the back and front of the house.
Hey, this is really coming together. Thank you so much. It looks great.
It is looking good, isn't it?
It looks great. No, it's really sturdy. It's exactly what I was after.
It still looks like chaos, but believe it or not, these guys are really bringing it home. But there's one major job left, the floor.
These are engineered boards, which means a layer of oak on top of a super sturdy plywood. The oak is very Scandi, but the milky coating is a little twist on the look. It's UV resistant and has a matte finish, which will give them longevity. I'm looking for a new bedroom suite for Jen and Adam. A timber and fabric combination will keep the Scandi look, but also create a cosy atmosphere.
I love how strong these bedside tables look because it feels like it anchors the space. And the bed head has the timber and fabric combination, but it feels a bit retro to me and not quite Scandi. Halfway, but not quite there. This is definitely the colour timber for Jen and Adam. I love how sleek this is. The handles still have legs on it, so it feels a little bit petite.
But because they've got the timber floorboards, they have timber bed head as well, it's just a bit too much. So I think if I get the bedside tables and the tall boy for their dressing room and find a fabric bed head, I'm pretty much there. Fabric bed head, definitely the way to go. This bed head goes perfect, and I'll just dress it with beautiful linen.
Maybe a little bit higher,
The pressure is on to finish this build and give Xavier his own bedroom.
Hi, Shaynna. How you going?
Oh, wow. Converting the old playroom to this master bedroom means Jen and Adam have their privacy back and all three kids have a room of their own.
I'm just really glad they went with the colour because it just is going to give depth and warmth to the room. You know, it'll go with the blonde timbers, which she wanted.
Yeah.
I just think if we stuck to white and blonde timbers in here, it just would have felt really clinical for a bedroom.
Yeah, I see. I hear what you're saying.
Yeah, I think it's really nice.
Love the colour.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
That's great. That's really good. I can see how it's all going to be placed, which is great.
Yeah, we're moving along pretty good now.
Yeah. I forgot the doors. Look at that. You can't even feel it.
Bit of paint, won't even know.
It's fantastic. What about Yass's area? How's that going? Oh, how exciting.
Hey!
This looks really good.
Yeah, it's coming together.
I love the pattern on that.
I do too. I really love this.
Yeah.
And these work really well just from this little patterns found there. So there's
Aztec look.
Yeah.
So what colour's this? I haven't
This
seen
is
that.
a gorgeous mustard.
Oh.
So all of this has also got some great storage opportunities below.
Love it. That is so cool. That is really, really good.
Yeah.
That's perfect. Thank you. That's just such a beautiful colour, but it's got the same sort of texture and feel as the floorboards out the back. So there's this beautiful connection between the front of the house and the back of the house. It's gorgeous.
In the dining nook, I'm using an outdoor fabric for these banquette cushions to make them super tough. My kids aren't little anymore, but I remember just how much mess they can make. The white chairs and timber table reflect the kitchen theme, so the two areas are connected.
Because we have such a dark kitchen that makes a statement, I want to leave that as a standalone. So in this floor plan here, we've got blonde timber, and I've gone for furnishings that are in blush tones and light colours, so it feels like this is flowing with the flooring and not standing out. Even though we've got really high ceilings, the floor plan isn't as big as what you imagine, so I have to make sure that all the furniture doesn't stand out and create little block sections within the flooring.
And whilst I've stayed in the parameters of the Scandi look, it's the extra touches that make the difference.
Gorgeous textures like wool, velvet, linen and leather create a beautiful warm feel in a room, but it's also important to look at the shapes. So I've introduced circles in here because it's almost quite monolithic and square. So putting some circles in the rug, coffee table and side table creates more of an intimate setting, but at the same time sort of feels a bit playful, which is perfect because the kids' room is right there.
This guy is in the middle. The kids' room is finally taking shape. We just finished installing the green, very beautiful hanging garden sort of plants here. We've got a canopy arriving this morning out of fabric, but also to assimilate that gorgeous forest feel in here. So once that's installed, it'll really, really, really finally take shape.
Finally, a bit of blue in the accessories in most of the rooms adds the finishing touch. Jen and Adam spent $275,000 on the build and had $75,000 to fit out the rooms. That was always very tight, and we did end up at $87,000. The kitchen was the biggest cost, $55,000. The bedroom and ensuite $12,000, the family room $9,000, the dining nook $8,000, and the kids' room $3,000. It's been a hard row to hoe, but I think it's paid off. Jen and Adam have been planning, dreaming and saving for this reno for 5 long years. Along the way, Jen's had to whittle down her wish list to make the budget work. But I really hope she feels she's ended up with a beautiful home.
Oh, it's so different from last time. Come in. How are you? How are
Shaynna,
you?
good. How are you?
Really good. We got a door.
We have.
Yeah.
Exciting.
So coming to your oasis.
Oh,
come on
in. A proper room.
The former playroom has been transformed into this simple, elegant bedroom. With, of course, a touch of Scandi timber.
Looks beautiful.
A grown-up room.
Yeah.
And it's so much bigger than what I thought.
Yeah.
It is.
Yeah.
I'm surprised, actually,
Yeah.
how spacious it is.
Yeah.
No, it's beautiful and the colour's gorgeous. Yeah, love the colour.
And it really makes the shutters and the fireplace stand out.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I love it.
So I suppose you want to see your master ensuite.
Yeah.
Just a little bit.
I think you're going to like it.
Oh my God.
Wow.
Wow.
Look at this.
Yeah, it's amazing. It's so amazing.
It's huge, isn't it?
Yeah.
And look at the size of your vanity. You know, there's just so much room there, and you've got your cabinets now with the mirrors.
I think I'm actually feeling really emotional at this point. Yeah, I am. It's hit me.
It's hit you that it's almost finished?
Yeah. Yeah. I can't believe it's the bathroom that's made me cry.
But yeah, it's amazing.
Concrete tiles give this bathroom a raw edge, while the timber vanity adds warmth and matches the theme of the new part of the build.
So take a look.
How awesome.
Yeah, it looks so beautiful.
So now you can see the theory of doing the dark colour all the way to the ceiling.
Yeah. Yeah.
Wow.
Do you think it works for you?
Yeah, it does.
Fantastic. Absolutely fantastic.
Yeah, it's gorgeous.
Go in. It's all yours.
It just ties everything
It just
together.
looks beautiful.
Yeah.
I'm glad Jen let me steer her away from a plain white kitchen. The grey cupboards give it depth, the timber ones add warmth, and the white pops in the splashback. Stools and bench top add light and contrast.
And seeing the splashback as well, it looks amazing.
Can you believe that's the only white in your kitchen?
No, considering where we started.
Considering it was all going to be white.
That look is carried through to the timber table, white stools and the banquette itself.
I think the banquette just brought another dimension to this space, didn't it? Because we would never have thought of doing that. And it's so, it's so versatile and flexible and, like you say...
It's cosy, isn't it?
It is cosy, yeah.
It's cosy.
How does it feel not just sitting here but looking across? Because I think it was all rubble last time we were here.
It's stunning. Like I do, I look across and just think how stunning it is.
It's amazing, isn't it? It's so much more than we imagined, isn't it, Rita?
Yeah, it is. It's really stunning.
The living area I've kept very simple. With timber, blush pink and blue accents, giving it warmth and colour.
The little bit of grey in the rug works with the warmth in the grey in the kitchen, but it doesn't feel like it's matching. It just sort of gives that beautiful circular flow that it's all meant to be the one space.
Yeah, yeah. I think seeing it come to life from the plan is just amazing.
It is.
It's beyond your expectations, I think. So, yeah.
One more room to show you, which is pretty exciting. So, come on, come inside.
Oh, my God. My God, it's amazing.
So this is the kids' playroom.
Oh, wow.
It's incredible.
Jump up, Adam.
I'm on stage.
It's a stage. Do a dance.
It started to do show.
This space is just amazing, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean, to be honest, we were planning a rug and a sofa here and a TV because that's really all we had left. So to see this, I mean, this is just something really special. It is. It's really amazing.
Special.
I think the main thing is that Xavier has his own room now.
Mission accomplished.
Deadline tick.
Yeah, absolutely.